Hello and welcome to my review on Transformers Legacy Menasor. Now here they all are. Obviously they combine, unless you're a complete noob. We got Breakdown, Dead End, Drag Strip, Wild Rider, and Motor Master. Now we're all going to combine them. Now to get every single one of these guys prepped, these two, they are done. These guys, all we're going to want to do here is just flip out the windshield and bring up the front of the car. That's it. Let's do the same thing on Wild Rider. Bring up the windshield, flip up the car, and you're done. Next, we will do Motor Master. He's a little more complicated. We're just going to fold back in the hands here. Next, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to bring this piece right here up and around and fold it up like that. Then we're going to want to bring this piece back and then also bring this piece forward. So just use all those hinges. Just get these out of the way. And then we're going to want to swivel the waist here. And then we can take the head. If you wanted to, you could turn it around and make Motor Master's head on Menasor, which looks pretty funny. But we're not here for that. And there we're here for this guy, Menasor. Look at that awesome head. And we can, of course, bring his head up, flip up those little ears, and we have a epic head reveal. Let's go. And we can just rotate and flop all this back together, just like so. Next, you're just going to want to flip this forward, and we're going to want to accordion the leg in. So just get all these panels out of the way, and then just fold it in, and then bring this back over. And then there's a little tab right there that will go into the port right there in the slot, and it'll just snap right into place. And then once you're done, take this, bring it down, and just slap it right into place. Come on. There we go. Just like that. And the last thing we gotta do here is bring this down, lock it in there, and that'll lock this whole section in place. Now, the same thing on the other side. Just gonna rotate, bring this out, fold in the leg, fold it back out, tab it in place, bring this in, and we can fold that out. And there is the front of them all done. Now to the back. Just make sure this is all the way down. Rotate and swivel around. Rotate and swivel around. Now we have the purple section facing us. And there's two little ports, or pegs, that can go into two little ports on the arm. So we just got to line these up and peg them in. There is Motor Master, all done for its combination. Next, we're going to bring in this old mess, and we're just going to take everything apart. Now this you will not need, although there is another use for it, but this is not for the combination. Next, we're just going to untab the arms and legs from the main chest. Then we're going to untab these pieces, just like so. And we're going to rotate the waist here. Then we're going to take Motor Master, flip this down. And there's two little round ports that are going to those two things right there. And we'll just line that up and clip in. And we can fold these up. Those will clip in on top. And then to secure everything, you just fold in this little blue panel, and then there's just a little peg and port, and that just locks this all into place where it's not going anywhere. So there is the top all done. Now for the arms. You can extend them right away, which is what I'm going to do, but you're going to need to put them back for later because how will the other guys transform. But if you wanted to, you just bring this all out, and if you had no guy, this is what you would have. But I, of course, have one, so the way we're going to do it, we'll just keep this down, but we need to make sure we have everything still collapsed. And the reason for that is this whole section needs to be flush. So we can take drag strip, and it does matter which one goes on which arm, because they will not fit any other way. And we can just simply peg this in, and there's a little tab that will slot into, and it will release a little spring-loaded peg, and that will allow you to rip it apart. And you can kind of see the system right there. There's just a little slot that this thing has, and there's a little peg that pushes it up, and it puts it back down for when it's not in use. And we can just bring this all back together, just like so. Now we have one arm, and we can do the same thing with that end. Just bring this stuff back, fold out the fist, and then take the car, just slide it together, snap it in, and the most satisfying part is rip it apart. This is definitely a very satisfying transformation. And make sure you fold in those tires on the back. Then you come to here, and we can slap these right down, just like so. And now you have his arms put together. For the legs, we keep them like this, but we fold this one panel up. The only difference. And I believe you can put on breakdown and drag strip either, or breakdown and wild rider either way. But just gotta make sure you put the right leg on the right spot, because you have the ankle pivot. And if that's in the wrong spot, you're gonna pivot on the wrong way. So with this guy, just gonna plug him in here, and this is gonna push this little panel which closes those trap doors. So it's just ports out, peg together. It's kind of hard to line up sometimes. There's 1, 2, and then as I push this in, lock that into place. And it's that simple. And there we go. There's one leg. And then we can bring this guy in as well. Just like so. Now we have this. And we have this. You can plug this on. I'm going to have to raise the camera up. So just give me a moment. So here he is, all combined. And my gosh, this guy's huge. So what you can do with this guy is plug this in here. We can give him his cannon, which kind of looks like the one that he has in the cartoon and in Devastation, but not really. Then we also have his sword that just plugs in. It's a 5mm port. And we get him in a relatively okay looking pose. So there's that. And if you wanted to, you could take this piece, you bring this whole section down, get this in here, and then you have yourself a little turret. So there's that. And of course, you have all the weapons too, that you can peg on anywhere there's a 5mm port. So you peg them on in here or something, or back on the cars. And this is the same thing with Menasor, or Motormaster, I should say. And you just bring that in just like that. Now, posability for this guy, sadly, his hands don't open up like Armada Primes or have that retracting gimmick like Jetfire. But this guy still packs a good punch for articulation, especially for combined mode. Full 360 at the head. Full 360, it's a nice ratchet at the arm. Can go out just pretty much at 90 degrees. And then we have a 90-degree bend at the elbow. You have a bicep swivel. It's right at the elbow bend though. And we also have a wrist swivel, which is ratcheted for some reason. Going down a figure. And these arms like to come untabbed a lot. We have kick. Goes forward 90 degrees. Kick. Oh, you want to watch out. You don't want to untab that. That goes back 90 degrees. And can kick out just past 90. And we, of course, have a thigh swivel. An ankle rocker. It can go forward, not much at all. And it can go back. Not much at all either. So kind of get it forward a little bit, but it's mainly just the ankle rocker for the feet. And that's it for articulation. So yeah, this guy is super cool. So I'm gonna get him wielding that sword. Look how tall this thing is. It's ginormous. Get this guy in an awesome dynamic pose here. Get that turret in front of him. There we go. That is Legacy Menasor. Definitely a really cool figure. I'm so glad I waited to get the box set instead of buying them all individually. And now trying to get all the other ones individually can run you a pretty penny because it's a lot cheaper to get the box set. Because I know Menasor is $90, so that's like $100 left, which should mean every single one of those guys is like $25. So it's pretty much just how much it would be to get them all separately. But you have more paint apps, and I think it looks better overall. So, glad I waited. Anyway, that has been it for my review. See you guys later. Peace out. Not going to knock you over. I don't like knocking over combiners.